Jesus is our King, whether we are willing to submit to Him or not. But as we talk about Jesus as our King ruling in our lives, we've got a problem. He's not here. He is in heaven. We don't see Him, we don't hear Him. And so how does Jesus rule? Immediately we think about the Bible or the apostles, but is that really what Jesus intended? Well, in Matthew chapter 24 and chapter 25, just before His crucifixion, Jesus told His apostles 3 parables, and in those parables He was describing the nature of the kingdom. And in all 3 parables, the master, the king, the ruler, the owner is away, and He leaves His servants behind with responsibilities to do the kingdom work, to take care of business, to take care of one another. And they do have a responsibility to act on the king's wishes or the ruler's or the master's wishes while he's gone. And when he returns, there's going to be a reckoning, and rewards will be given out according to how they have functioned as His faithful servants. Well, is that a picture of the kingdom? I believe it is. It's Jesus' own words describing those things. That same evening before the trial and crucifixion of Jesus, He prays to the Father, and He prays about the work that He has done and what He anticipates will happen. And He prays that God's will be accomplished and that His own work will be effective and profitable. But notice this part of the prayer in John chapter 17, verse 11. As Jesus looking ahead to His return to heaven, He says in verse 11, "Now I am no longer in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to you. Holy Father, keep them through your name, those whom you have given me, that they may be one as we are one." As you read the context, it's clear He's talking about His apostles. He's praying that they'll be one in unity, and that God will keep them, and that they will have fellowship with the Father. He goes on to say in verse 14, "I have given them your word, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world." Jesus gave His word to these apostles. In verse 17, He prays, "Sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I also have sent them into the world." Do you have a question or a doubt about the authority of the apostles? You know, the authority is not actually in the apostles themselves personally, but it is in the message of the words that come from Jesus that the apostles speak. And in those words and in that message of the apostles is truly the authority of Christ. We know that to be true because that's what Jesus is praying about here, about this word that God gave Him, that He gave His apostles. Let's go a little bit further, same text, John 17, verse 20. "I do not pray for these alone, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they may be one, as you, Father, are in me, and I in you, that they also may be in one in us, that the world may believe in me." Jesus needed and wanted disciples to honor the Father. And that would happen as He revealed His word to the apostles. Those apostles needed to be united in that word and in that teaching. And they needed to deliver that word to others that would become disciples as well. Do not doubt the authority of Christ as it is expressed in the words of the apostles. That is His plan and His way.